Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang in California with Morsels of a Thought, number 1689. In Chinese numerology, this is like the best number you can have. It's wealth wealth all the way and for a long time. That's just such a good number. 一路发酒,学音. So it's interesting. Anyway, I am here reading from The Dirt Merchants, a Highwayman edition by Henning Morales, and it is a triumph, a novel, a coming of age adventure, and it is a true story. So we'll go to the close to the end now. We'll go to the page that we ended on, which was 233. According to NBC News, the Wall Street Journal, as well as numerous other sources, the name James Bond Gang was coined because, starting in the late 1980s, a gang of jewelry burglars who successfully targeted luxury neighborhoods used 007-style BMWs as escape cars. This particular vehicle was equipped with 3 car phones, police band radio, a pipe that would spray oil at pursuers, a flip-up license plate with a blinding light below it that could be aimed at pursuers, and rotating front and rear plates. In the short 3-year history of the crew, the total value of the stolen merchandise had exceeded 10 million. Although arrests were made during the years, the police were unable to get close to the founders and kingpins of the gang. Every time one of the members was arrested, new ones would be recruited, and no one had ratted. Not yet, anyway. The police's top suspects were the odd trio of the middle-aged Jewish diamond exporter Avi Solomon, who served time for fencing mass supplies of stolen diamonds in Manhattan, and up-and-coming career criminals in their 20s, Julius and Brandon Davis of Teaneck, New Jersey. Remember that name, Brandon? A stunning strawberry blonde locked the door behind her to her Brooklyn Heights townhouse as her small dogs screeched maddening bark. She stood 5'5", 110 pounds, was meticulously dressed in a tan business skirt suit and white silk shirt. I said short, but it's not. Was She stood 5'5", 110 pounds, was meticulously dressed in a tan business skirt suit and white silk shirt, heels, a Cartier watch, and a simple gold necklace with a gold and diamond heart-shaped locket. She was 26. After she got into the town car, she checked the airline ticket in her purse. Diane Lambert, first class, April 20th, JFK to Berlin, AA flight, American Airlines flight 422, 11:55 p.m. Return April 22nd, Berlin to JFK, American Airlines flight 421, 12 o'clock p.m. She turned toward the driver and said politely and sweetly, 531 Park Avenue, please, then to Kennedy. The driver nodded. She took out her compact, touched up her makeup, took a deep breath, and looked confidently out the window as they approached the Brooklyn Bridge. Moments later, a handsome black gentleman in his early 20s, in a smartly tailored black suit, no tie, and a sickly-looking middle-aged Jewish gentleman, also in a black but untailored suit, pulled up to 531 Park Avenue in a chauffeur-driven sedan DeVille. The doorman opened the rear door. The doorman said, "Good evening, Mr. Davis. Pretty night." "Evening, Mr. Shepherd. I'm expecting a young lady," said Brandon Davis in a serious tone. "Send her right up when she gets here." Brandon Davis and Avi Solomon walked through the lobby into the elevator. Brandon hit the PH button. New, the new girl, Solly. Tell me again, said Brandon. "I told you, she's 100% solid," said Avi Solomon. He spoke in a whiny, heavy New York accent. "She models for our biggest client in Germany and France. She's been flying in and out fast, 2, 3 day trips for 3 years, so no one will suspect. You'll see how pretty she is, a solid 10. She has those customs pricks eating out of her hand. She's a total businesswoman, but completely unassuming." "No boyfriend or husband, right?" asked Brandon calmly. "No husband, just some guy out in California that comes in and out of town once in a while," said Avi. "He's clueless. Look, Brandon, I promised your brother when we were inside together, and since we started up this thing, I handle distribution, and I won't bring anyone around that isn't straight. That's my end. Now, you say you want to meet all our renters if they go with more than 50K in rocks. You want to look them in the eye, with your Jamaican voodoo power stare. That's fine, but as I said, you need to trust me." They exited the elevator. "I do, you know that. It's just that ever since this news started with all this James Bond gang mung, it's everywhere. On the news, in the papers. These cops got a hard on for us now that we famous." So we're reading Morsels of a Thought number 1689. We are reading from Henning Morales' book, The Dirt Merchants. We do morsels of a thought, hopefully that we get wisdom, which is knowing the right thing to do. And then doing the right thing is called virtue. So we bring virtue into the world by knowing the right things to do for ourselves or for others, and what not to do for ourselves or others, pitfalls to avoid. Okay, the phone was ringing as they entered the penthouse suite. "Yo," said Brandon, knowing there was only one call coming in for one reason. Brandon was looking out the window overlooking the park and the city lights as he listened for the report. Avi went to the bar and mixed a couple of Scotch rocks. "We on our way," said the driver, snapping his leather driving gloves as the three thieves entered the BMW. "Smooth. They went in the back door. Took a little longer to get going. We was waiting for the girl to leave the house for like 20 minutes. If she'd took 1 minute longer, we would have been gone." The boys went right to the power box and cut the phone and lights. "We picked up the loose rocks, then we found the safe and just took it. We'll bring it to number 3 and bust it." The doorbell rang. "Okay, call me when you get it open," said Brandon calmly and hung up. Brandon opened the door. Diane Lambert was standing there wearing a slight seductive smile. Brandon stared into her eyes with her Brandon stared into her eyes with a blank expression. Diane stood her ground, continuing to smile lightly for 7 or 8 seconds. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007. Wow. Avi placed his hand on Brandon's shoulder lightly and waved her to come in. The three of them sat down at the bar, which was adjacent to an oversized window with a northeast view of the Triborough Bridge, Queens and the Bronx in the distance. Avi handed Diane a velour pouch. She clutched it but didn't move. Avi said, "Your instructions are already set. Nothing has changed. You have the drop address and you will pick up your envelope 5K on your way back from the airport at the Chinatown address. Mr. Davis just wanted to meet you this one time. You were never here, got it?" The smile left Diane's face. She nodded. What's that locket? Brandon asked, keeping his eyes fixed upon hers. Diane cleared her throat slightly and a bit nervously said, Just a gift from my guy. Show me what's inside. She smoothly unsnapped the locket. Brandon looked at it and his jaw dropped slightly. Tense seconds passed as Brandon stared inside the locket. Avi looked at Brandon, puzzled. Diane began perspiring through her silk blouse. Brandon smiled, held out his hand, and said, Oh, that's cool. Have a safe flight. She shook his hand, smiled, and gave Avi a slight cold hug. Brandon showed her out. As Brandon closed the door behind her, Avi said, What was that about? What was in the locket? Brandon said, Picture of her and a dude. Just looks like a guy I used to know, that's all. So, that is interesting. That this guy is now with a jewelry thief. He may not know it, but that's Spencer Corrales. Okay, so here we have a glossary of terms that we never went to, but we will read the words first and then the definitions. So all-nighter, noun, bagel, noun, big guy, noun, blowout, noun, bored, noun, bonehead play, noun, bust chops, verb, C note, noun, cheers, noun, cherry pick, verb, closes, cockroach, noun, crank, noun, dirt merchant, noun, the 8 steps. Please see dirtmerchantsbook.com and henningmorales.com for complete descriptions, videos, and informations on the upcoming book on the 8 steps. Eye of the wallet, noun. Fin, noun. 5 steps. The flee, noun. Go independent, verb. Goober, noun. Goose egg, noun. Greasy fries, noun. Hitter twist, noun. Hitter twist, noun. Juice, noun. Juice out, verb. Juiced out, adjective. Lines, noun. Merch movement, noun. Merch, noun. Mob, blackjack, noun. Mook, noun. Multiple piece drop, noun. Neg, adjective. Neg out, verb. The pit, noun. Pounded area, noun. Resses, noun. Rook or Ricky, noun. Run a deal, verb. Run sheet, noun. Settle up, verb. Single digits, noun. Smoker, noun. Toot, verb. Trainee, noun. Twist, noun. Vet, noun. Window pitch, verb. Wise guy social club, noun. So there are some words here, some terms that we would like to know in case we didn't get it when we read through the book. All-nighter, noun. A glossary of terms. All-nighter, noun. A 24 hours, wow. A 24-hour sales marathon starting with chop busting, betting, goal setting, and trash talking, ending in pure exhaustion, a card game, and either the thrill of victory of a big payday or the agony of defeat due to poor production and actual loss of money after working 24 hours. Wow. The bagel, noun. Coming back to the office with 0 sales. An inconceivable notion for a hitter usually happens when guys blow off the day and go to the movies, bowling, or some other bonehead move. Bagels are grounds for being blown out. Big guy, noun. Cocaine. Ooh. Blowout, noun. Number 1. To verbally abuse someone so badly that they quit the business. Only vets can blow people out, only for good reason and only with the approval of the boss. Reserved only for the most extreme situations and usually as a result of theft or, worse yet, an extremely bad attitude. Number 2, to quit the business, someone can be blown out or just blow out on their own. Board, noun. The chart in the boss's office that shows where you stand in the pecking order. Strict production levels need to be met and maintained. Bonehead play, noun, a bad decision. Bust chops, verb, is the act of embarrassing and harassing someone for being a flea, cockroach, a loser, or making a bonehead play. C note, noun, $100 bill. Cheers, noun, is mantras, are mantras, sayings, and songs the guys recited and sang to get pumped up, such as juice, get fired up, and juice, fire, burning desire. Also included military cadences such as pitched that guy in the parking lot, didn't want to buy because he thought it was hot. So I put that merch right in his hands. 5-piece drop of pots and pans. Sound off. 1, 2, juice out. 3, 4, bring it down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Cherry pick is a verb. It means the act of choosing some people to pitch while not pitching others, result of not working the territory correctly, the act of playing God, almost always resulting in poor production. Let's see. We are reading from the Dirt Merchants, Four Morsels of a Thought of Wisdom, number 1689. Henning Morales wrote this book. It is a novel, a highwayman edition, a true story, a triumph, and a coming of age adventure. So we're reading the glossary of terms, which were some things that we didn't get before, but we are getting now. Closes. It means the choice close. Ask if the customer wants this one or that one. The assumption close. Although the customer has not decided, you assume the sale by saying, since you're taking this one, I can throw in this item at a discount. The puppy dog close. Follow the customer with the merchandise and continuing to close as you follow them. The trunk close. Pull the merch that the customer is interested in out of the vehicle, slam the trunk, and give them one more final low price. Trunk slam and lowering price must occur simultaneously. The pat down, a move only reserved for the bold and beautiful. When the customer says they have no money, pat down their pockets and ask what is inside. The rare female merch mover's secret weapon. A cockroach is a noun, is the worst kind of loser. A crank is a noun. It means caffeine. The big guy is cocaine, crank is caffeine. Okay, I'll try to remember that. The dirt merchant is a noun. It means a merch mover, someone who moves merch. The term was coined as a result from how dirty the guys in the field could get, especially in the summer. Because there's grease on the tools. The 8 steps. The 8 steps to success. A mindset. Habits that one must develop to become a hitter, then a master. Actions to implement on a consistent basis. Rules to live by and never bend. Applying the 8 steps creates massive success. Neglecting any of the steps will cause failure and risk of being considered a flea, a loser, or a cockroach. Number 1, be on time. Number 2, have a good or great attitude. Number 3, set your goals. Number 4, plan your work and work your plan. Number 5, work your territory correctly. Number 6, go the extra mile. Number 7, bring goods in. Number 8, rehash. Please see dirtmerchantsbook.com and henningmorales.com for complete descriptions, videos, and information on the upcoming book on the 8 steps. Eye of the Wallet, noun. Similar to Eye of the Tiger by Rocky, but instead of the killer instinct or the instinct to punch someone, it's the money-making instinct, always going for the wallet. Fin, a noun, means a $5 bill. The 5 steps. The 5 steps to any sales presentation. 1, pitch. 2, story. 3, merchandise contact. 4, close. 5, rehash. Flea, a noun, a loser, a cockroach, a broke person, someone who has no juice. Go independent is a verb, to quit the company and try and go directly to the wholesalers in Manhattan and circumvent the company. Advantages are that one can make more money now. Disadvantage is no office support, no motivation, and one will never run a deal. Goober is a noun, a guy who buys enthusiastically. Goose egg, noun, see bagel. Greasy fries, noun, the kind of french fries you get at low-level diners or greasy spoons served in a cardboard tray. They are soggy, doused in ketchup, salt and pepper, a typical snack on an all-nighter. Number, hit or twist, noun, a smoking hot female. Juice, noun. Number one, power, power to sell. Number two, excitement, motivation, fuel. Juice out is a verb meaning the act of motivating oneself out of one's gore. Juiced out, adjective, motivated out of one's gore. Lines, noun, cocaine. Ooh, the big guy in lines, cocaine. Merch mover, noun, salesman, a dirt merchant, someone who sells merchandise, moves it from the warehouse into the customer's hands. Merch, noun, abbreviation short for merchandise, what merch movers move. Mob blackjack, noun, illegal makeshift casinos set up in first floor apartments on the east side of New York. Introduced to the dirt merchants by Ted Nelson. Mook, someone who isn't very bright. Multiple piece drop is a noun referred to as two-piece drop, three-piece drop, etc., selling more than one item to the same person. Neg is an adjective. It's an abbreviation short for negative, referring to a negative attitude versus a positive attitude. It's obvious to a master that a negative attitude or neg people repel sales and positive attitudes attract sales. Neg out, verb, to be so negative that it affects others' attitudes. You neg me out means you are so negative that you are affecting my attitude. Masters never let it happen. The pit, noun, a room in the office where the guys get pumped up, where the sales meeting happens, and where the poker game takes place. This room has holes in the walls from punching, ripped up carpet from jumping, broken chairs and tables from throwing and slamming, cheap fluorescent lighting, and loud music. Wrestling, singing, yelling, and cheering are not only allowed, but encouraged. Pounded area, saturated territories or territories where the merch movers work on a regular basis. A true master knows that there is no such thing. A true master can take any pounded area and succeed any day of the week. Resis, noun, abbreviation short for residential areas. Resi, rows of houses or apartments where merch movers pitch guys working on cars, houses, mowing a lawn, sitting on their car in their car or loitering. Rook or rookie is a noun meaning a new person in the business. This person can't close yet. This person gets no respect until they can close on their own. Run a deal, verb. Open one's own office within the structure of American wholesalers, similar to a franchise. In order to run one's own deal, one must complete each level on the board, save up $6,000, and have completed the required office training where one learns to hire new people and run an office, also known as own a deal. Run sheet, noun, the document that determines who rides with whom, their quotas and goals. Settle up, verb. I'm gonna go overtime. The act of paying for merch sold at the end of the day, because I repeated something. Single digits, noun, less than 10 sales. Coming back to office with single digits is not grounds for being blown out, but definitely requires major chops busting and complete embarrassment in front of the entire office. A smoker is a noun, a beautiful female, usually with a great body. Number two, a master merch mover. Toot, a verb, to snort. Trainee, anyone who's on their first day in the field. The trainee usually goes through the first part of the day with a puzzled look on his face. The trainee doesn't get paid. Trainees don't close. Trainees pitch, but only if the vet allows it. The only job of the trainee is to study the 5 and 8 steps and do what he is told. Twist is a noun, a female. Vet, as a noun, abbreviation short for veteran, someone who's been in the biz for at least a month or two and can run their own all-nighter. Window pitch, the act of rolling down the window and pitching someone versus getting out of the car. A cockroach move reserved for lazy, overweight people. Exception, the window pitch is an acceptable practice at the very end of an all-nighter when legs don't work too well. And Wise Guys Social Club, a business establishment that resembles a coffee house with gangsters and mob guys often standing in front with open shirts and gold chains. Cadillacs and Lincolns are parked, usually illegally, in front. Mixed in with regular neighborhoods, they are found all over New York, commonly in Queens and the Bronx, even in residential areas. A merch mover rule is if the place even resembles this description, do not pitch. Don't even look these guys in the eyes. Keep moving. Okay, so I repeated something so you can cut out and make it 24 minutes. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, old Kinderhook.